be what it is. Alright, we are not even really counting over here yet. Chatbot's not even hooked up yet. But it's sending it's recording the video on demand for Twitch, like the stuff you play back. I'm going to aim you down a little bit. Scoot you over. Because I'm hanging out down here. That way we can see what I'm doing. A little background music. Got our solder buddy heating up here. I have tempted to run the cable for it across and up here so it stops getting hung on this drawer. I keep all my solder stuff here, but I also have this thing in a notch in the table. So it constantly gets
caught.
It gets caught on the edge of that. I sometimes remember to not do that. It's just kind of like the perfect hook. Those get stuck back there. Alright. That just seems like nonsense. Let's just do that and not get caught. Yeah, man, this is my buddy Connor. He's oh, you got a notification? That's funny. Well, we know it's working. And he has got one of his guitars in his possession. He's got many guitars, but this one is what he was going to play tomorrow in service. And the jacks tore out of it, so yeah. It is our job to make sure he gets to play tomorrow.
The classic mistake of leaving the backup guitars far away, saying, you know what, it's just one Sunday. What could go wrong?
So I put stuff to where you can basically see what I got going on, straight in front, and we can just talk over that microphone there. And you just hear us as good as you can hear us. It just is what it is. I'm the Mumble King. I usually wear a gamer headset with a mic right next to me because I trail off and whatever. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is what we have. This thing's got so much going on. It's wild. Goodness. See that? It's got both CTS push-pulls. I can't even remember what we did. What we're splitting. It's been a while. This was like early last year or something we did this one.
Yeah. Bridge and Mac, you split. I remember exactly how you did it.
But those are the wires. Everything's cool. But none of that's gotten interrupted, so that's no biggie. I'm gonna have to ugly up the shot with this LED wide. It looks awful on camera, but I sure can see better.
Yeah, I've got one of those noiseless instrument cables, and it gets you have to kind of yank it to get it out.
Ooh.
And I feel like that's
so
part of the issue.
The screws came loose into the whole shooting mesh pulled out, and then it ripped the wires off.
It didn't pull out. I mean, it is chronically loose.
All right. Well, we are going to remedy that. We don't want to revisit this anytime soon, especially right before you show. I'll put yeah, it has a lock washer. We'll just make sure that we literally tighten this before we start attaching it. That way it'll be. I mean, it's got enough of the muffler effect. That's the thing with these electro sockets. I like to run the end of it out. I call it tailpipe. Like you can If it sticks out far enough, you can actually use a right angle jack. At least
That's what I'm using.
like the L&H or L&G ones, which is nice because you're not going to use one of those pancake ones, but you can use the typical Switchcraft and L&G connectors or whatever. Even the Neutrix right angle has got a little bit of a flange that sticks out with the plug.
That's what I'm using.
But yeah, some guys like they do them with a couple of lock washers to where they're like almost like a funnel, and you can't use a right angle jack with that, which is that's not cool. It's not good. I don't think it's a good idea. So we'll actually get this guy to where he's just not going to come loose. That lock washer, it has a black oxide lock washer in there with it, which locks down, but you have to actually get it tight. And we kept going back and forth with this wiring, kind of in and out, and in the probably in the confusion of that didn't get tightened down all the way, and it will sit and flop around, which is no good. Did we do the tube of shielding on yours and it fell out? Like usually the jack it's got shielding around it. I know by the time we did this, that was a big deal.
Is there not a little bit sticking out of the other end? I think maybe it's just kind of.
It's gotten pushed in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I saw it when I opened it up to investigate.
Yeah, this one's got that really long bore in it, so it hides stuff. Yeah, I may that's gotten kind of torn. I'll probably redo it. The tube of shielding, but it's a little rough, so we're gonna approach that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm lucky that I decided to pick it up tonight and play on it a little bit. Otherwise, it would have happened in reverse.
Oh man!
And then I will.
Yeah, then you would have been committed, and that would have sucked.
Yeah.
A little bit of pace flux, so we got good.
Yep. I don't think the congregation would have appreciated the noise that would have come.
Yeah, it would have been pretty raunchy.
Both the guitar and just me in person loudly.
Oh, hey guys, the Barry's Mustard Network, and yeah, that's really awesome. I guess are you done now? Couldn't remember. And hey, there's Nick. About it. I can't remember what B-Bum said your name was. Elgot. Got a logic. I got so excited with what we're talking about. I was like, oh yeah, there's this whole thing called live streaming where people talk to you, like chat, and you're supposed to talk to them. We're just doing the camera up there for audio, so I've got to kind of speak up. I'm the Mumble King. All right, 10 to those leads. Sorry if it took me for a while to acknowledge my peeps here. All right, get the leads going out. This is more or less just to stream something because it's the night before a church gig and soldering a thing last minute. It's like, wow, let's stream it. Why not? Hanging out, doing the thing. This is my highly technological desoldering technique. Just heat it up and bang it on the table. There I go, mumbling again. Yep. I know that's not translating over microphone at all. Talk. Use words.
Articulate.
It's not my strong suit, man. I think my daughter hijacked my stream, so I may need to lean into that. That's funny. Alright. You're hot. Guess this is just being turkey. I think I'm going to have to add solder to get the solder off of this. I'm not going to get a really conduct. There we go. There's a chunk of wire off of there. I thought I'd polish some frets. Yeah, you've been doing some fret and neck stuff. I got like a fan fret neck off of Amazon just to try out and see how it would turn out. Balance. Street cred. Kid was like, let me do this. That's funny. Thought I'd polish some frets for street cred, and my kid was like, let me do this. Always fun. It's a family affair, man. Alright. I remember I used red lead. Ah, yeah, I gotta get make sure I get my shielding taken care of before I get this in the guitar. I think I'm gonna get this so I don't get too long of a piece. Although I'm gonna use half this fit. I don't remember how good this one. Oh yeah, it's got some slack. Nice. I bought an $18 guitar neck. This should be something. Well, it's good experiment.
Hey,
I mean, I get the blemished like GFS necks all the time. That type of tele. What type of tele is this? Origin. Oh goodness.
So Warmouth body.
Warmouth body.
Mexican neck.
Yeah, it is like a Mexican.
I think just like a standard or maybe a vintage. I don't think it's like a.
Yeah, it's a Mexican 2005.
Just different pickups.
Yeah, I know.
Lindy Fralin in the middle.
It's got a Lindy Fralin.
Fake wide range in the middle.
Yeah, a wide range style in the middle, and then
I honestly can't remember if we did the pearly gates and the.
Yeah, there's some pearly gates.
I want to say the pearly gates is in the neck.
Yeah, it was in an odd place. I think it might be in the neck.
The EVH, the custom customs, the bridge.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a cool set of pickups. I remember they were really cool pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Very strange.
We flipped the control plate so that the volume
action.
controls more under your finger to use, and it gets the switch, keeps you from banging in it when you're playing. You switch to it deliberately and it stays where it is because you don't run into it. Alright. Cool, man. Mexico are good. I love the grain that. Yeah, man, it's just kind of
ash.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like oiled wood.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like the dipped sealer that they put on it. It's just a real tame down deal.
So.
Oh, go. Yeah, Barry actually may actually have a minute to himself. He's been streaming marbles all night on Mustard Network. And he's watching this via Mustard Network. I don't know. You may still be doing something. We'll always have multiple. Like I had him on in RDG Rocks and San Diego. And I'll just run the faders up and down. Sometimes I'll have one muted if something crazy's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually have them either just turned up a little bit more of this or a little bit more of that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching his other channel's Necrocatic Games. I was watching his YouTube, so I like to just get time on him and comment on them.
Yeah.
Now this, I can actually leave the paper on. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna peel. Nope, we rated out a little while ago. Appreciate the support tonight. Yeah, absolutely. He gives me shout outs constantly, but I'm also gonna build him a kit J-Base too for. I'm gonna do like a Mustard Network custom paint job.
Nice.
On it.
Mustard deal.
I'm gonna start dunning him for graphics so that I've got stuff to like use to cook up how it's gonna go. I don't know. thinking about painting the neck and doing black like the graphics for the channel, like the font that's used or whatever, doing that down the fretboard. Of course, he doesn't know that. He's just now hearing about it.
Surprise!
But well,
that's cool.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it together. We'll come up with something. Cool. Now, Solder, you've got this plane. That's got plenty of room. That's not going to run into anything. I might shorten it a little bit. I get excited and forget. It's like, you have to do this logically, John. You're still like a guitar tech. You're still supposed to be doing smart stuff. Oh, there's Jer. Yeah. Down in Austin. Jeremy. I can't. What do you call your repair shop? Like your at home. What do you call your business? I never have asked. Might not say, and that's okay too. Solder this. Now that I know we've got a shielding plan. I should get this guy right here. Might ought to get this too. Just word of mouth, guys. Take it to Jeremy. Yeah, take it to Big John. That's what they all say. That's kind of like, take it to Big John, dude. I guess that's why man, the whole Big John thing. That's like a whole facetious thing. I just this nerd with glasses and hanging out with these jocks, and they're totally being mean, like, hey there, Big John Stud. It was big, in quotes, Big John Stud. It was just them being assholes. But now it's nicknames just Big John all the time. Can't live it down, and that's okay, because I'll just make a brand out of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just make a brand out of it. Make it work. The dirty fretboard. Man, we've seen a few, man. We've seen a few. That's what he's nicknaming the tech business, the dirty fretboard. He has cool ways he cleans fretboards. I'm gonna see if I can remember. What was the solution? Windex. of all things. It's like there's something about the slight ammonia and the slight the water content and the little bit of cleaners. And he uses a really fine wire brush. I'm talking. It's like eyelashes kind of wire brush, and it just gets in and cleans all the stuff out of the. And you can just wipe it off and then come back again. Like for like rosewood. Yeah, rosewood boards that get completely caked. Oh,
Yeah.
it looks beautiful though. It's great.
Yeah. My Ibanez semi-hollows do for a fretboard cleaning. Yeah, I've always
I'm
wondered
gonna point this way.
what the best method would be. So I will try that.
And I'm surprised, I'm like, dude, that works really good. I'm like,
Yeah.
part of me's like, is that really a good idea? Oh, it's a really good idea. It
Is
works
that,
really good.
My big fat Greek wedding.
Yeah, Windex. There it
Windex
is.
for everything.
Spray Windex on
You
it.
got a bug bite, Windex.
Yeah, he will fix it. He will fix it. He's make it better. Spray some Windex on. Why you wanna leave me? Why you wanna leave me? Alright. You are soldering this to the groundwork. Yes, I know. Alright, that's nice. That's right. Take steel wool on a stick. Trying to remember what all. I saw him do a few things.
I have some super fine steel wool.
See, there I go with the drawer thing. The wire won't drop down for me to set this over here because there's a drawer in the way. I need to work on my cable management. Jared, can you hear it all? It's the Pro Stream way up there. I just wanted to be able, for us both to be able to be heard. I can see I've got the compression's hitting hard enough that it's almost going into the red, but it's got a limiter on the end of it, so it's not really going to go any higher than that. Yep, it's good. Okay, cool. I'm trying not to mumble. You know how I am, man. I'm a mumble king. What you do? It's like, dude, I'm having trouble hearing you. Yeah, well, that's because I
Need captions.
Big John's captions show. It's like even the person that would be captioning would be like, he said this question mark.
Unintelligible mumbling noises.
Alright. Anyway. Gotta keep our peeps playing. Especially when you just don't need anything else to worry about whenever you've gotta learn some changes and follow the band leader.
Man, I got that part covered.
Pretty used to that.
I just need my guitar to make noise.
Got to work.
Yeah.
Look, here, get this out here. The electro sockets. I'll take the conductive adhesive copper tape and I'll just cut it a little bit. You can tell by the white papers about the depth of the jack and all that, and the bare part, because it's screwed hard into the electro socket. I'm just going to use it as the ground, so I'll tape it around there. This thing fits loosely in the channel, so I'll just let it make contact that way so it stays with the jack. It makes a big difference. I don't know if you've tried the different wirings, but man, I found out some of the wirings I just couldn't get the noise to shut up on my weird like semi-hollow basses that had kind of a jazz bass sort of arrangement where they didn't have a switch. They just had a couple of volumes for the different pickups and all that, and they were doing the jazz bass thing where they solder in the middle lug of the pot. So you're literally sweeping the pot to the jack open. You're basically taking the first lug is sweeping away from it, and now it's just like you've just unplugged a cable, and it's the sound of an unplugged cable all the time. So it's just so much noise. Anyway, a lot of that noise is the flat prong of these jacks just open to the wood. There's nothing there to shut up the RF noise that's getting into it. Alright. And this one has a long bore, so there's no way I'm going to get in the way of any of the components.
I actually have a base that I need to have you copper shield and do a setup on. Just a little Mustang.
Yeah, that's good.
Mustang base with the vintage style pickup in the middle, and then the J pickup in the bridge.
Very cool.
It's super cool, man. It's just a vibe machine, but it's at full tilt. It's what the.
It was you wanted the screws to go to the electric cycle. I was like bumped into something and it's shot behind the monitor.
Need to find that.
I've got more, but yeah, hell, we might as well see if we could find it. I was like, what happened? What was that? Oh no, it was some kind of ornament.
I don't know where.
I know, I heard it hit click. Oh god, now I'm losing the guitar!
You lost it.
I've got.
Oh, there it is.
It's the stainless screws. I know the actual container. Okay, carefully handle the stainless screw.
Stop throwing this.
God, I lost my chair. All right. Woo. Fun.
Would be the.
That's why we stream.
The
So
first time I show up on stream is the day where you just destroy your entire.
That's why you want to stream it. It's like, God, it needs to be a record
You
of
gotta
this.
see the chaos. Yeah.
Being a turkey, I'm gonna put one of the control screws in here to hold this still, so I can actually turn this way. Which is good. We know that when we get. Wow, that is a tight little bastard. I mean, it's got to be the hole we used before.
Yeah.
Did you have trouble getting the screws out of it?
No, it came right out.
Wow. Jesus. Preordained this thing tonight, man. Alright, we've got one's in the control plate, one's in the jack. I must hate myself not doing all this before I test it. But you know, I've gone this far.
I'll be fine.
It'll be okay.
All right.
I'm about to test it, but yeah, before I sit and crank these screws. Dadgum, that's tight. And I mean it's flush. It's not sticking out.
Not a weird angle.
Trying to make new holes or anything. Like, you get me a little bit of It should be here. No, it's over here. It's over here. Just a little bit of wax. A little paraffin. Cheers, Jared. Yeah, Jared's a guitar tech down in Austin, Texas. He's actually worked on Eric Johnson's guitars before.
Cool.
Which, ironically, Ed Reynolds down there has refretted numerous of Eric Johnson's, and supposedly Ed Reynolds is a big fan of my fretwork. I've never met the man. He's funny. I've heard his voicemails and stuff like that, and it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
He's genius. I guess I've done so many follow up jobs. It's kind of like I tell everybody, man, we can't work on every guitar. Somebody else is going to be following up, working on guitars, and so I have frets that have worn. I've actually done level crowns to get them back healthy. Let's do little smoky battery amp. It's kind of fun to have just as a fast test. Survey says it works.
Sounds like it works.
So I always keep that over here by it.
That's awesome.
And I'm glad I've used these solid state. I have like a solid state quilter cub and my usual favorite purple amp. They stay on all the dang time. I keep leaving them on overnight. But they're solid state amps, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't like this jack. Oh, that's right. It's because it's got a fat controller. That screw's not all the way. I bet it will work. That screw's not all the way down. That's that one screw I was fighting. It's not screwed all the way down. I'm gonna get help to get this out. Different bit. I've got the bit, but it's a long one, but it'll fit. It's back. Yeah, just sometimes I get tired of burning up my hand trying to turn a little screw. It only takes us 2 seconds with the drill. It also takes that long to screw something up. That's why we normally don't use them. But I can put a little bit of help, a little bit of wax, paraffin on this, which obviously it needs because I can't turn it by hand. It's too tight.
That's crazy. Yeah, I unscrewed it right before I brought it to you. The light's acting weird now.
I like that it's tight. It's not gonna fall out on you.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Now that's tightened all the way in. Let's see if this will fit. It should. It is a fat. It's it's got a little ground button on it, so it won't make any noise. When you plug it in, it hits the button, but it can't if it won't go far enough. I just turn it around. Use it differently. The beauty of it is it keeps it from making all that racket. If I take it out and turn it around, it'll make all kinds of racket, but that's okay. I'm just going to take I think the amp's gonna sound dirty on as loud as that USB camera is. I'm just gonna play a dirty amp.
Okay.
That is this. Ooh, which has a silent cable in it, but I think it's almost as big as the one. See, it's not making any noise because it's silent cable, but I don't think it's smaller than the other one. I think it's about the same size. That works. Yay! Reference pitch. Oh. Celebration. Yeah, I think we're using the push-pulls as coil splits. That pearly gate sounds cool up there. Yeah, I put a treble with it. Play nines?
Yeah.
They feel great.
They're slinky. They're very slinky. I mean, they're the Dario, the balance tension. So they're, what is that? 9 to 52. But yeah.
Cool guitar, man.
Definitely one I always come back to.
It's so cool with 3 humbuckers, like a white pit guard, just a kind of dipped sealer finish, maple neck, man, all chromed out.
It's got
good thick bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, really thick bridge material. All chrome covers. Like, come on, man. It's so cool. What key is that even in? Yeah, I think that one's a G major, is what the root of that one is. Getting pretty low in the middle when you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's due for a setup for sure.
Woo! You're almost out of.
Yep.
You're almost out of business up there.
Yeah, I've been kind of avoiding that area lately. I don't really stretch out there very much currently.
I like how much the VU's jumping even when I'm. They can hear it. Like that's the cool thing about compression. It's like
it latches on to everything.
Let's just pause. We'll pause the background music so it's not causing too much of a double bounce. It's a B minor sound. That's that Fralin. I'm in the middle. That's that Fralin pickup.
Does the bridge pickup need to be raised anymore?
Man, I thought it was pretty loud when I started off. I guess it's a little bit peaked sounding.
It's
got the flat. It's got the flat. Yeah,
I was playing it and just switching.
They have a way of
pickups
wiggling the way down.
Yeah, I think it has a little bit, just enough to where it kind of because the amount of times I've played it.
Pretty far from the strings. Yeah, and I could tell I've been here because I raised the D pole piece because of that poor skinny core wire and the D string is just so much quieter than the plain third. So yeah, I mean that probably sounds good. now Barry's back with Necrocatic Games. Cool thing about B minor, man. B minors gets along with this like this is like a military. This chord's an old military like brass, so it gets a little bit corroded. So if it's pulling on it, it's like, no, I don't want to work.
Yeah.
But anyway, B minor, it gets along with like E Dorian because that's that. Minor third, major six. It happens to be the 9 of B minor, so it's got that. It's got that thing, but when you have the sound of the E, that Dorian, that but I'm really working the B minor sound of it. You can hear it sounds mostly like B minor, because it is, but it's
right.
It's
but in context.
But it's got that big E as the root note whenever I'm doing that. Going to the 4 as the A. Wow. This is the coolest sound. I haven't heard any other.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, dude, and all it's
Steal that.
it's our typical favorite jet. It's that. That's that Mixolydian voicing. You get the 3, but then you have that 7 right there. So it's that That's why I call it that chord is so Mixolydian sound. Best chord. And all I'm doing is I'm lowering that down as the dramatic kind of minor tone of it. So I mean, and essentially with the E and the bass, I'm just playing that usual. What is that? That's the minor 7 of it. With that major 6. But you can tell it's basically that A chord, which is why it sounds so good when you go up to A as the 4 of that, because it's the first chord. The most components of it are sounds like that. I'm just not playing the A,
Right.
So that big E takes over and it sounds like it's an E thing. So it sounds really Dorian. Sorry guys, got sidetracked. Talking about goofy music stuff. But yeah, it's just that chord or that chord, and you're just playing a big E as your kind of dark,
Yeah.
groovy.
Yeah. It almost turns into like an E sus. A little bit more out there.
Then you go to that 4. But you're ending up in that chord because you're losing that one and staying back there. So neat sounding. And honestly, if you just play in the box, you play in the box of that, just playing the usual cliche things, that whatever is like a kind of a worshipy cliche, so like anything that's little bitty triad, they're just cliche sounding stuff. But just very cliche sounding. I mean, that is so in the box. It's ridiculous. But you're just choosing things that kind of.
It's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, they really get along with the weirdness of it. You're either trying to end up in the 5 or the 3 of that, just that. As long as you're kind of playing around with the 5 and the 3 of that one thing, it's like, sound. I looped that clean the other night, and I was harmonizing dirty with that over it. sounded good. You can play over that for hours. It's just so cool sounding. Ooh, I love these knives. And this is like a Highway 1 neck, isn't it?
No.
No, because that's a
That's
USA.
the USA. Yeah, that's the actual Highway 1 tele I have over there. That's the...
Because this has pretty big frets on it. Did I refret this at some point? I think so.
I don't think so. I think you just polished them.
Yeah,
That's it.
but it has big old frets on it.
Yeah.
Which makes me think... I think the Lone Stars, which were a USA, Highway 1s are USA.
Yeah,
they
it's
came
a
with
Mexican,
big frets.
and that's I looked it up.
I can't remember which of the made in Mexicos came with big frets.
Yeah,
interesting. Which is kind of why I want to stream it, even if it just turned into a bit of a hangout. I'm like, oh, check this out. This sounds cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, half the reason why I come to you is to remind myself how much I have to learn. I gotta go practice. I gotta go watch some Rick Beato videos.
Oh man, hey, he was definitely the arpeggio smith.
My god, yeah.
Really cool to go come off of it as the one and fall flat.
Yeah. I like when you hit the individual notes. Yeah.
I like that frailing bit.
Yeah. That's always That's my starting point. I always start in the middle. I always start on the frame.
And because of that treble bleed, it
cleans up.
It plays so good everywhere, man.
It cleans up so nice. It don't wanna do it. Yep.
I bet that responds really good to the tone control, because it's not a very high K pickup, which means it'll have a honk to it. Yeah, and the treble bleed kind of holds it up, but it's muted because of that bleeding high end off the ground. That's so cool because it takes 2 fingers to do that, because it's borrowing so much. 7. That's 1. That's 2. Back there. 3. Okay. So 3 and 7 with a 9. That's what might sounds cool. It's coming up to that 7, but with a 9 under it. Sharp 4. Never want to give this guitar back. I love this thing. It's so cool. It's neat, man. I was like, no, come over tonight. I'll fix it. It's fun to play it. Beautiful, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to get it set up soon. Just get the action lowered a little bit.
Ooh, that second position with it.
Yeah.
With it split.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's some hidden tones in it for sure. It's just real airy.
Ooh, that's got a spank up high.
It's like a thwack.
We raised it up, so
Yeah.
it's actually got a lot of fat.
Feels better now. Because that was the issue I was having. The second position sounded good, clean, it was okay. But when I was trying to, like, really bring it out, it was kind of unusable. Like, it sounded good, I could record with it, but in, like, a live situation.
Sorry if I'm... Oh, there's Ray. Ray just did a really long music stream. That was awesome, Ray. Sorry, got this tele, dude. This is actually a Pearly Gates up here, Lindy Fralin ish.
It's like a.
It's Lindy Fralin like a wide range ish.
It's a P90, right? Like
It's
technically,
just the P92, isn't it?
It's a
That's
P90
one of my
with
favorite pickups, man.
The like staggered,
And then it's got a custom in the back, but I've got it split right now. So it with that split, ooh, man.
The Fralin was in the bridge when I first brought it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. There's a lot of potential there, but
love it, man. Yeah, thanks, Ray. Thanks for playing such a long stream. It was really awesome. He has like gorgeous tunes, man. And he hardly throws a sour note one. He's not steep into music theory and all that stuff, but he knows where the notes are. He knows his neck, dude. He knows where the notes are. I've heard it. He always I always say, dude, I love the way you work at that major third and that 5 into the harmonies. And he's like,
what?
He's like, if you say so, dude.
That's me, man.
If you say so, man. I'm like, yeah, you do. It's awesome.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Anyway, that second pickup with that custom split, ooh, that's gnarly. That custom by itself starts sounding big and Eddie like. I don't know. I always love the way that sounds because you get that major note. Follow into a minor 7. So you have a major fall into that. So what's the mode that does that? That is Mixolydian. That's why it sounds cool. It's Mixolydian.
It sounds mixed.
It's actually not uncomfortable. You just have to get to where your ring and your pinky feels good to do that major, and then you let your index finger take care of the 7 right there. And I mean, just it's one hit, pull off, hammer on some pull offs, and then you don't even pick that one. You just hammer it. Sounds really cool though. 4/9, dude. Get everything into everything and then away from it. I know it's there somewhere. Night Ranger, Mixolydian, like da 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 da. Night Ranger, this Mixolydian. Most of the really cool, gosh, the really swinging Eddie stuff. A lot of that was Mixolydian. Definitely Dory when it got dark, when it got sort of a minor sound.
Because Mixolydian sounds, it still sounds like rock, but it sounds outside.
Get Big John, yeah. But honestly, Mixolydian, it's starting any major scale. Like if I say I'm gonna do, you're starting a major scale from the second note. That's all it is. That's Dorian actually. That's Dorian. Mixolydian starting it from the 4th note. Like if I'm right there, if I start the major from that. Mixolydian will be that's Lydian. The 5th note is fifth note. The 5th note is Mixolydian. Lydian is the 4th note because you know whenever we start the white keys on a piano, it's got that sharp 4. Well, we know that's Lydian because it's it has that Fleetwood Mac sound to it. It always has that Simpsons Fleetwood Mac sound to it. That sharp. But anyway, if you start any major scale on the 5th note and carry on an octave, that's just Mixolydian. And the cool thing about it is I call it double major with a rock and roll 7, which is completely stupid to say that, but it's like it's three sets of whole steps. That's a whole tone scale, but on every time you drop down the string, it's like major, major, major. But instead of a major 7, it's got a minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minor, and 8 is of course your octave. So it's just, I always think of this triple major with a rock and roll 7. That's why I was saying that. bridgy sounding. Lydian and Dorian, I've heard before, or at least people say I like those. Yeah, I mean, they're just so delicious.
Yeah, they always sound tasty. Yeah,
I love Dorian.
Dorian feels good to me.
Dorian is a really cool one because it's got such dramatic. It has the dramatic notes of all the box stuff with normal things we play. It has the things that are like ooh, oh. Ray calls them blue notes, and honestly, what he likes as blue notes is less of a sharp 4 or like a flat 5 or whatever. It's less of that. Most people call that flat 5 a big note, but what Ray likes in there is probably more the flat 6. I think he likes. Well, here's to me this is a really cool Dorian like riff. Let me get a pretty sound going. Pull that. There's that flat 6 I'm talking about. Blue is heck sounding. Oh, that note. I want that one. See, Ray's sending me emotes because he's like, "That's the shit. That's the shit right there. Yeah. That's the blue." And I think it's more Dorian that we're as blues fans we're in love with. We're just in love with that. And you can hear that's flat for the key, but it's like, oh, it's so good.
But it works. Yeah.
You put it with. And I'm playing the one that's in the box and the one that's flat at the same time because I'm letting them ring out. That's what they said to you. They didn't care. Things become clearer as you use your mind. Just the E, but you did it for love. Oh, what's the chord? Yes, you did. Did it for love. I know it's true, did it for love. Thinking on my feet here, but from, God, what is it? From time to time, must be a reason to be. I'm just making stuff up as I go, man. I don't even know. I have no idea. Forgiven after all of this time. is, goodness, if we play it off the blues, I'm just playing like C sharp, minor pentatonic. And that's Dorian. Because the white notes on a piano, I would have to start here. It would be C, but because it's the same key, I'll just keep it in the key I've been playing in. That's the typical major root note. But I'm playing, and you can hear it in the whole thing I'm playing. And then you end up in your regular minor. There's that one, but then I go and fall it down, and I'm going to what would be the minor 6 of that. Like, there's my thing. That's my dramatic, which is A. Dorian is, I think, the king of that moody blues thing, man. I think it's just it's the thing that packs the most punch, and you can just hang out there forever, and nobody ever gets their feelings hurt because it's like, that's that, yeah, all right. And you can rock that sound, or you can just lay it back and blues.
Yeah, you
it.
can be real sweet with it.
So cool, man.
Yeah, very versatile for sure.
Angry notes, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Carry Moore, right? That's probably more quintessential tone of that Parisian walkways. I think the Dorian tonalities in that probably are the most quintessential Gary Moore sounds of that Parisian walkways and stuff like that. Oh, that's so cool, man. But anyway, don't be afraid of modes. All they are is just the same thing you're playing, just started in a different spot, and it gets a name. But if you know the modes you like, and you sit there and like, all right, I'm going to start this scale in this note, and I'm just going to kind of listen to that sound, and listen to all the ones kind of pivot off of that, and then you start to find, oh, there's chords that sound good there. Now I'm going to lay that thing that I like, the sound of the melodies over the chords that I like, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, Christmas time is here. Yeah, man, it's just it's so fun, man.
Oh yeah.
And that's a big part of guitars is music, man. These are our music vehicles. They got all this stuff. We got all this stuff trapped up inside of these things with the key to get it out, man. But that's one reason I say on my my bio for my page on here, it's just like, man, I try to get your guitars working where your inspiration can be set free, so you don't have to think about it. You don't need to think about this stuff too much. You should just
limitations
feel it.
Physically.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can just let your mind wander with it.
The guitar should sound pretty in tune here, and pretty in tune up here, and pretty up. What am I thinking? Oh, there it is. Get back there and milk that second position.
That's the spot.
I didn't realize that's related to what I was just doing before. That's why I always like that. I love that descending pattern. what's this one do? That one. It's a little bit of a diminished passing tone. That, or you can do no. That sounds really pretty. There's that Dorian note. That's that. It just is the thing. It's the thing that does that. Oh, okay, that's why I play guitar. I like that. That's the shit I want right there.
Once you find the Dorian mode, you'll spend some time there for a while. And then you wonder, do I sound really like, have I played this too much? You're like, nah.
That third's there for you. Man, that's a silly thing. It just seems like it's so complicated, but it's just 12 notes and they're just all repeated. And you just got to kind of pick the ones in between that you like, and just don't play a bunch of the ones you don't.
Yeah.
And then do it again.
Yeah.
And then like separate them like you're throwing a really long pass, and like, yeah, you got it, buddy. It's like this one's sending a note over there. It's like, well, I like nines, but let's play the.
Yeah, spread it out. Spread it out. Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden that nine's like got its own thing.
Oh yeah.
G minors are really interesting. I only discovered that just a few years ago. Like how, because Billy Gibbons always kind of because of the kind of the pod force that you had right there. The fifth was already kind of open, and the middle one is open. So you just kind of
yeah.
So you don't have to do a whole lot to get a lot of music, and then all of a sudden now the minor third to a major third. So now you've got an open five, and now you've got a third that's a minor and a major. So it's right in the blues. Now it's not one or the other, so it's blues. The less you do, the better. The less you do with that's what's so cool about G, and that makes sense because that's Willie G. That's friggin' Willie G right there. Don't do too much.
Yep.
Like you got nines on here, which is perfect because like BB told him, "Said, dude, you're working too hard."
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh
exactly.
man, honey, you working too hard. Ray gets it. It's like, dude, he's all right. Oh, thanks, Ray. This thing does sound good. It's got a whole mouthful of awesome pickups in it. That's for sure. I can't remember what did we do. Just a regular 5-way, and we're doing most of the fancy stuff, just pushing and pulling.
I don't think there's any sort of like parallel.
There's no crazy
series,
voodoo in here. It's just good pickups.
It's just good pickups,
and
good
that way we can
wiring.
Pull and get modified mixed positions.
It can get kind of quacky and spanky.
One of the things that helps us in is it's got my treble bleed.
That's where the magic happens.
And that way,
those in between settings.
The treble bleed that's in this one, I definitely am using a CTS analog. No, not wrong word. Audio taper. There's the word. CTS audio taper 500K, and I'm running a like a 220 K resistor, which is kind of weird. It's a little bit bigger number than you see on most of them. Like most of them, they're using like a 100K resistor across the input and output, or they're using 150 or one. Even they'll get up to 180. But I noticed that Emerson went up to 220, but I didn't like the cap they used. So I took the 680 picofarad cap, which was kind of, and I brought it down to a 470 picofarads, which sounds pretty good by itself. You don't even have to have a resistor, but that resistor keeps you from having that dark spot, so it just never gets dark. It spans that gap, and then all of a sudden you hear the treble of that 470 picofarad. And when you turn up, it's always bigger. It's not that bright, not louder and brighter. It's always just bigger. And that's a little smaller, and you can play it harder. That's the beauty of it. When you turn down, because it's a little bit squawkier, you get to play it harder. When you turn up, you don't have to worry. Because it's bigger and bold or something. Oh, I'm doing that B thing. That's what's hearing a bunch of whole tones all at the same time. It's a bunch of whole tones all at once. Just hold step.
That's the most emotional scale right there.
That's what happened with that's a guitar I was working on the other day. I was working on it, and the headstock worked its way across, and then it ended up on the on one of the keys, and it was just like it just like filled the chat with like nothing but the same thing. It was like and then it sent it, and I was like, what the hell? Freaking awesome! That thing sounds good split, man.
Yeah.
Dude, which pole is that? It's the screw pole, so it's way at the back. That's why it's got that squawk. Because it's a hot pickup. Yeah, it's not the slug coil, it's the screw coil. And this one, the way these bridges are, the pickup's a little far from the saddle, so it's going to start getting kind of swoony up there anyway. So yeah, it just stays back there where it's like, it's got some tightness. And then when you start to starve it, major third. But there's that Mixolydian again. Just it's got a minor 7.
2 majors and a minor 7.
It's one note off from what we normally play. It's just that one note. That it's as usual, but instead of that. So it's just got all that rocking in it. It sounds neat when you end up going to the actual major 7 for some of it. Then it sounds cool. It sounds like more rock and roll when you go back to it. That's cool. This guitar is cool. Is what's cool. This freaking thing's awesome.
Thank
We
you so
did it.
much,
We
Dylan.
fixed it, and then I broke all your strings.
Yeah, I mean,
It should hold. It should hold up through the show tomorrow.
we're playing CCM. All right, I think I'll be fine. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I'll break his.
Sucker's a killer. Now I know why you're not done me for the other tele.
Right?
I've had his tele
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Because this thing is
It does everything.
addictive, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's
It does everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it's ash. You can tell by the grain. It's it's not super light ash, but yeah, man. Yeah, have a good night, Ray, man. It's earlier there than it is here. He's on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
But he's been going hard up tonight, man. Friggin' baller, dude.
Thank you very much.
I'm like, yeah, you can bring it over tonight. I get to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Sure, you can bring it over.
It's just an inspiration machine, man. It's like
I love it.
it doesn't matter really what I'm thinking about playing. Something new comes out of it because there's so many different ways I can dial it in. I can go real thin. I can go real fat.
Yeah, we've just had just the one person other than the chat bot, which is probably right. I certainly appreciate him hanging out.
That's cool.
But we're able to kind of get on the same wavelength tonight because he did a great stream.
What's his channel?
It's RDG Rocks, which is Raymond. I saw it on his banner. But it's RDG Rocks Music. Is what you'll find him under. It won't take you long to find him because he streams a lot. It's great. It's a great show, and he has a good combination between his music stream. He's sponsored by Kiesel, and
Cool.
but
So
a
he's
cool
playing.
balance between doing his live stream, his music and tracks, and then like Tank, doing the Tank games and Call of Duty.
Gaming. Yeah.
Just kind of going back and forth.
So I want to do eventually, man, because honestly game too much. I should be practicing more. But that's my
But
nights.
that's how you
my
blow off
nights are
steam. I
generally-
mean, it's what
man.
it's what your heart's wanting at that time.
I hop on. I don't hang out with people IRL anymore, man. I hop online and I got my buddies on the different coasts, and we just link up and
man.
game, and that's
And
it's cheap.
It's all fleeting, dude. Like it's a wonder. It's a wonder the big asteroid that's way overdue hasn't come for the poor Earth again. They found here a while back. They found a crater under Antarctica that makes the dinosaur asteroid look like a toy.
Yeah.
There's one that
I heard about that.
the Antarctic got hit with eons ago, but it's just a massive crater underneath there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, man.
Poor Earth's been hit a jillion times. It's been a while. We've been getting these near misses and some booms over Russia and a few things, but
Yeah.
that can happen at any point.
I'm
There's
not-
a damn thing
I'm-
we can do about it.
I'm not worried. I'm worried about.
So if you want a game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
Shit,
Yeah.
if you
No, I'm worried more about.
and you want to
us
figure out a way to do
destroying
that,
ourselves
then you
before
could do that.
Yeah.
There's a place for it,
I know.
and you'll find your people, man.
know.
There's people that are into
I
it,
know.
and they will support it. Ain't a whole lot, but you diversify. If you're on there and you have a certain following, that's when you start. Like Necro's doing HelloFresh sponsorship, and mainly it's the U.S. customers that are the ones that are going to put points into the system. He's in Canada, but it's not even really the Canadian. It's the American ones. And I'm saying, yeah, man, we're down. We'll try it. But if you have a whole bunch of people, you just have all these promotional things. And Stream Elements always has a number of different games, and some of them sort of cross your paths. The ones like, kind of that game's similar to this game, so I want to look at it anyway. Do a promotion. People they jump on,
Yeah.
and it may not be some huge success, but it's like you get to do what you wanted to do, and
Yeah.
then you're like,
it's not really. I don't really care about.
and then there's your tracks. When you go to do a Be Right Back, it's like you can put on a video track or a really good lesson that went well where you guys are jamming with Leonard. Hey, check this out. There's a lesson I had there. You sort of just blend in the day job with the fun job, and then all of a sudden the day job kind of works down, and the fun job starts to fill in the gap, and then you have the choice of which one's going to get more in. And you may work real hard on both. You might be able to let one. It's like, you know what? Hey, I don't want as many lessons. Or I don't want, you know.
Yeah, you can do what you want at that point.
Yeah.
Instead of just do what you have to do.
It's always advantageous to rate out, even though there's the all I have is my chat bot. The algorithm in this thing likes for you to find somebody to go to afterwards. You get way more points and way more following.
Really?
So I'm going to go raid channel, see who's on. I've got. I love Nicole. She does this 50s housewife sitting listening to jazz records, and it's all in black and white, and she's like, she just reads the chat and goes, oh, and she talks in an old transatlantic accent and answers everything like it's coming from the 50s.
Wow.
Oh, dude, it's a trip.
That's amazing. It's almost like an ASMR kind of, not really ASMR, but just one of those niche things.
And then Radican wife, she does like really cool beadwork. She's actually a friend of the Luther group, so I'll go there. That's just something to
there you go.
I'll let it set it up, and we'll go there.
That's cool. Well, yeah, this is my first time seeing the setup since you were last time I talked to you. You were like
It's kind of over there. It's moved around.
You were like, it's in the works. I'm getting like the PC. Buddy's helping me build it, and I'm doing this and this,
yeah,
but yeah, nothing was set in stone yet. So it's really amazing. Man.
Yeah, man.
It's super cool.
All right,
impressive.
Video watchers, because you're the only ones that are seeing this, because there isn't anybody in here. Thanks. Been a good one. Talk to you later.
There it is.
And I'll get in here. This one's actually linked to it, and I'll say hi there. Send that. It's just me and my chat bot. Just doing the thing. Smiley face. There we go. And then I'll just stop streaming.